Hello everyone and welcome back to Carvenus 14. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to be making a build video on Zhongli. Yes, this will be my first build video, so hopefully you guys actually enjoy it and hopefully I don't give you any wrong information. Yeah, so I am only going to be speaking through personal experience and the way I build my characters. So I will be looking at some, other various roles for these characters as well. But, yeah, mainly going to be speaking off of my experience. So, yeah, basically, without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, today we're going to be talking about Mr. Main Man Zhongli. Now, if you guys have been seeing my videos, you will know that I actually main Zhongli. I've been maining him ever since he came out, day one, literally all the way back in November when he came out. November the 11th, I believe he came out? Yeah, so these are his stats. They're not the best, and I will go through the build. Now, the reason they're not the best is because I'm not an RNG god, so my build is going to be very, very clapped, actually, quite bad. So, yeah, I've got about 29,000 health, 2,049 attack, 1,160 defense, elemental mastery is 42, and max stamina 24. Yeah, 240. So I've got 43% crit rate and 75.6% crit damage, which, to be fair, isn't really... I've got the 1 to 2 ratio, but it's not really ideal. I would like a bit more crit damage coming out of that, and obviously to equalize that crit rate as well. Energy recharge on 31%. Shield strength is 15%. The reason being is because I run a double G.E.O comp in my team. So yeah, I've got 28% G.E.O damage bonus, and I've got 59.5% physical damage bonus. So yeah, I do run Zhongli as a main DPS. Now, as you can tell, the stats aren't good, and that's because my artifact RNG is really bad. But yeah, we'll get into it anyway. My Zhongli is level 90, as you could probably see. And these are his weapons. So I did actually get lucky and roll for the Staff Homer. If you are free to play or low budget, like me, don't go for the Staff Homer, okay? I put a lot on the line. I wasn't thinking straight, and I rolled on the weapon banner. And thank the Lord, because I got the Staff Homer in not one pull, but, I hit pity and got the Staff Homer. So, yeah, I'm going to be building this, but currently I'm working on a new team for Zhongli. So, once I finish building the new team, I'm going to make a new video on, probably one of the best teams. Not one of the best, but, a team that I would definitely recommend for some players. So, yeah. Now I have Crescent Pike, level 90. I was a bit of a silly man and upgraded the Dragon Spine Spear up to level 90 as well. Complete waste of your time and resources. Don't do it. And Refinement Rank 2 as well. I refined it as well. Again, don't do it. Whatever you do, new players will get this weapon. So if you're new and you just started the game, whatever you do, and you probably won't get Zhongli, but still, whatever you do, do not build the Dragon Spine Spear on any of your characters. It's completely horrendous. If anything, the Dragon Spine Spear is probably made for a cryo polearm user, who I will not go through the details on this video or ever in this channel, because I don't want to get fired by MiHoYo. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that, basically. So, I am going to be building the Staff of Homer. Whether I do a comparison between them, probably not, because, like I said, there's loads of comparison videos out there already. And personally, I'll probably be too late. In fact, I already am really late to the build guide video. But, my build, maybe something that you guys want to follow, and because I do some things unorthodox. So, yeah. Zhongli's, if you're going for a support Zhongli, if you're going for a DPS Zhongli, his best weapon, Crescent Pike, honestly. Now, Staff Homer, the reason I'm going for Staff Homer is because you only lose a little bit of damage with Staff Homer compared to Crescent Pike in terms of DPS. I'm not even joking, not that much. It's not enough to actually make it a complete, it's completely horrendous against Crescent Pike. It's still there. Honestly, these two are actually equal in terms of DPS, I think. But the reason the Staff Homer outshines the Crescent Pike is because it gives crit damage, which applies to all types of attacks, whereas this only has physical damage bonus, which applies to only physical damage. So yeah, this basically is strong everywhere. This is only strong in Crescent Pike. But still, if you don't roll for the weapon banner anyway. Just don't, unless you have a lot of fate saved up and a lot of primo gems saved up. But if you want the best free-to-play option for Zhongli, definitely Crescent Pike. Another good weapon is the Black Cliff Pole, but again, you have to buy that using Star Glitter, which you get through wishes, which, again, you know, is a little bit costly, if you think about it. Also, the Royal Spear, I honestly wouldn't recommend, just because its crit rate is inconsistent, so there's that. But we'll talk about those maybe down the line when it comes back to the shop. Now, for a support Zhongli, his best weapon, honestly, if you free-to-play, the Prototype Grudge, because it gives energy recharge, and the Favonius Lance. If you do have the Favonius Lance, definitely use the Favonius Lance, because it's also a really good weapon. Its substats also very, very good. It provides, basically, if you get a critical hit, there's a chance that you'll get energy, and it can occur every few seconds. Now, Refinement Rank 1, the number is 60%, and the time is 12 seconds, but at Refinement Rank 2, I was lucky enough to get it twice, so it's 70% and 10.5 seconds, so yeah, like I said, his best DPS weapon, honestly, Crescent Pike. But if you want a bit of everything damage, honestly, pretty much all the 5-star weapons are good. If you were lucky enough to get the 5-star weapon, Vortex Vanquisher, that's also quite good. Primordial Jade Spear is also really good. Staff of Home is really good. Skyward Spine is also really good. But if you're low budget, free to play, Crescent Pike is honestly the best option. Even if you are a whale, Crescent Pike's the best option. Black Cliff Pole isn't also a bad option. That's also quite good. The Battle Pass weapon, which I believe is called the... no, that's the wrong one. Is called the... Deathmatch, I'd like to say. It's not the... Yeah, it's the Deathmatch, yeah. So... basically, this weapon gives crit rate, which is, again, one of the hardest things to actually build in the game. Well, apart from physical damage bonus, but one of the hardest things to actually build in the game. So Deathmatch is also a really good weapon on him if you, obviously, spend £20 on the Battle Pass and buy it. But yeah, honestly, I would recommend best weapon for Zhongli, DPS, Crescent Pike. If you want a bit of everything damage, you can go with any of the other weapons. Support, you could go with Favonius Lance or... Prototype Grudge. Honestly, those two are the best weapons. Or if you're going for a support, honestly, Vortex Vanquisher, Staff of Homer, Primordial Jade Wing Spear, what else? If you have no 4-star weapons or 5-star weapons, Black Tassel, honestly, a really good choice. So yeah, but just to round that off, Crescent Pike, best DPS. But if you want a bit of everything, Staff of Homer, really good. If you want, like, the Lithic Spear is also quite good on Zhongli as well, but the problem is you need to build a Leeway team just to make it, just to make the best out of it, because it also gives crit rate and attack bonus, which depends how many Leeway characters you have in your team. So yeah, basically, DPS, Crescent Pike, support, Prototype Grudge, Favonius Lance, you know the drill. So yeah, and if you have any of the 5-star weapons, just go with that. If you were lucky enough to get it. Now, I know this guide may be a little bit wishy-washy, just because I haven't really planned this guide through, so I'm just going with it. But yeah, now in terms of artifacts, if you're going for the Crescent Pike, you definitely want to run Gladiator's Finale and Bloodstained Chivalry. The reason being is because Bloodstained Chivalry has physical damage bonus, and the Crescent Pike actually scales off a physical damage bonus. Not the secondary stat, but I mean the passive. So when you hit an enemy, you actually get a secondary number that also does its own damage. Now that damage actually scales off a physical damage bonus, so yeah. Now, in terms of other sets, if you're going for a DPS build on Zhongli, either 2-piece Gladiator Finale or 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry, or you could go for 4-piece Retracing Belied, because it will give you the... it will give you increased shield strength, makes it even more tanky, and when you're protected by a shield, you're going to have it 40% increase in normal and charge attack damage. Now, the best part about this is Zhongli has the best shield in the entire game, so having the Retracing Belied just means you're going to have that damage constantly because his shield is so strong, and it will pretty much never break. Unless you deliberately want it to break, but yeah. So those are the artifact set. Another good artifact set on him for support is actually 2-piece Retracing 2-piece Archaic Petra, 2-piece Noblesse Oblige. I don't recommend the 4-piece just because it's very, very situational, and you have to pick the Crystal Shard up with the support character, aka Zhongli, which isn't really going to be on the field that much. So it can get quite tedious, and, you know, the crystallized reaction only provides you a bonus against one type of element. So if you're fighting a horde of slimes, or a horde of different elemental enemies, you know, you can only have bonus damage against that one type of thing. So I don't really recommend the 4-piece, but at the end of the day, it's just a game. You can go with what you want. Yeah. Or you can go with a 4-piece Noblesse Oblige, just because it gives you increased attack after you use your ultimate for 12 seconds, which is really, really good. So yeah, anyway, here are the artifact stats I've got. So HP, crit rate, attack percent, energy recharge, really good flower. This one's actually quite decent. It rolled into energy recharge and HP quite a bit, which you do want on Zhongli. Timepiece, I've gone for attack percent. You do want an attack percent timepiece for Zhongli, not a HP one, because attack percent scaling on Zhongli is much better than HP percent scaling, even after the buff. So attack percent timepiece. Now, if you're going for a support Zhongli, you could go energy recharge, but like I said, he doesn't really need the energy recharge because of his low energy cost being 40. So you could just go with attack percent here as well if you want to. Now, Goblet, don't do what I did. You don't go for physical damage bonus, right? Where is it? This one. Yeah. Now, if you didn't know, the reason I actually went with HP bonus was because at the time, before the HP bonus goblet, I actually had a 4-star G.E.O damage bonus goblet on my DPS Zhongli, right? So after the buff, when they made him better, I decided, let me just go for a HP percent goblet, and I did. And the reason being is because, as you can see, I've only got 7 physical damage bonus goblets, and only one of them is physical damage bonus, albeit not even with good rolls. So I don't need the crit damage because I'm going to be building the Staff of Homer anyway. So yeah, I don't... and the rest of them, honestly, yeah, my RNG, as you can see, isn't really good. In fact, I only got this physical damage bonus goblet today, if you didn't know. During the child boss fight, I only got this cup today. I'm not going to be building this one. I'm probably going to be building this one just because it has crit rate and HP percent, which honestly may be a bit of a dumb choice, but at the end of the day, I'd rather have this one rather than only try and grab one good roll, one good stat to roll into. So yeah, but if you're going with a DPS Zhongli, obviously physical damage bonus goblet. If you're not going with a physical damage bonus Zhongli, and you're going with the support Zhongli, then obviously G.E.O damage bonus is the best to go. Now, Headpiece, if you're going for a DPS Zhongli, what you want is, you want either crit rate or crit damage, depending on your need. If you have a lot of crit damage, maybe put a lot of crit, maybe equalize that with crit rate. If you have a lot of crit rate, then equalize that with crit damage, obviously. Yeah. So either crit rate or crit damage, or if you're really unlucky, then you could just go with attack percent. Yeah, attack percent. Because, you know, if you're really unlucky. But if you don't have crit rate or crit damage helmets that are good, just go with attack percent. But if you do get a crit damage or crit rate helmet, then definitely upgrade it. So just to summarize, attack percent timepiece all the time. You don't need energy recharge unless you're really struggling for it, but always attack percent and energy recharge you don't need unless you really want it. Physical damage bonus goblet on Zhongli if you're going to be DPSing with him, or a G.E.O damage bonus on Zhongli if you're going to be supporting with him. Now, helmet, crit rate or crit damage if you depending on what you need, and if you don't have any of those two good rolls, then attack percent is honestly decent, or that's all you need. Now, as for constellations, I don't have any constellations on him, but this just increases the amount of stone steals he can have, so his E basically is pillars. This creates a Jade shield when you basically use your ultimate. So as soon as your ultimate plops down and you don't have a shield on you, it will automatically put a shield on you. This just increases your pillar damage. This one increases the actual radius of the planet befall. So when Zhongli puts the meteor down, he can only hit in a certain amount of radius. This increases the actual radius, and it increases the duration of the petrification by 2 seconds. So honestly, a really good constellation, this one. And basically, this is basically turns Zhongli into a healer as well. So when he takes damage, 40% when the shield takes damage, 40% of the damage actually gets converted into HP. So the more damage the enemy throws at you, the more HP you get. So yeah, he's not a very good healer, but he can heal nonetheless. So honestly, his best constellation, all you need is probably just, you know, his first one, just for him to be a good support. But if you want, his second and fourth constellations are really good, and his sixth one, it's a bit lackluster just because you don't really need him to heal, as there's loads of other healers out there. So yeah. Now in terms of talents, this is his normal attack, up to six strikes. This is his damage numbers right now. He is level 9, and I am planning on crowning him. This is the Dominus Lapidus, so it basically resonates, right? And if you didn't know, with the recent buff, his shield now decreases enemies' resistance to physical and elemental by 20%, which makes him a really viable support. Honestly, makes him even more broken than before he used to be. Well, he wasn't really broken before; he was kind of lackluster, but now he's even better. Now, as for Planet Befall, this is the skill damage. Petrification duration 3.8 seconds. So petrification duration does actually increase as you increase his talents, and you can see the energy cost is only 40. So yeah. This actually stuns enemies. So the petrification basically turns them into stone statues, and it just keeps them keeps them still. It basically is like frozen for them for a certain amount of duration. Now, resonant waves. This one basically, his second passive, it basically just increases his shield strength by 5%, and it can stack up to 5 times every time he takes damage. This also got buffed. This basically before, his Planet Befall used to do just 33% of his max HP. Now everything scales off his HP, which makes him really, really strong. And his final passive is it just refunds 15% of ores when crafting polearm type weapons. So yeah, basically guys, that's honestly the build for Zhongli. As you can probably tell, my Zhongli is a bit scuffed. He's not really that good. So I honestly wouldn't recommending him building him the exact way that I built him.
Where do you want to go next?
I honestly wouldn't.
If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots,
okay,
I have a few references.
Alright, that's... yeah. So, basically, I wouldn't recommend building Zhongli the way I did, but I am going to be changing my build soon, just because I've been getting really unlucky on artifacts. Oh, perfect. I can test him out on you guys. So, yeah, we'll test him out on these Hilichels first.
Stabilize!
Now, the reason my Stone Steel is doing really good damage is because...
this is order.
that was 21,000 non-crit. Now, let's go to a Ruin Guard and actually see how good Zhongli can be. Now, yes, I do know that the Ruin Guard does have physical resistance, but honestly, these guys are the slowest enemies in the game, probably one of the slowest, which makes them really, really good for testing. So,
solidify.
Do remember that the numbers you see here aren't the final numbers. You can see my non-shot doing very well. And my shield is still on.
Quake! Stabilize!
So you see, guys, that secondary number that's actually appearing.
Order guide.
Ah, I didn't crit. Oh well.
Crumble. Solidify.
Actually. Oh. Okay, there we go. No. Getting completely murdered here. And there we go. That was the most embarrassing battle I've ever had against a Ruin Hunter. but no, sorry, Ruin Guard. But as you can clearly see, my Zhongli's damage numbers are honestly really, really decent against, you know, the dude, the Ruin Guard. Especially also considering the fact that you need to remember, I have a HP percent goblet. Had this been a physical damage percent goblet, it would be much, much better. Now, the reason I haven't built the physical damage bonus goblets yet is because, like I said, I didn't really have a lot at the time of making this Zhongli build. And I have actually been working on a new team for Zhongli as well. So I will make a video on that, like my personal team on Zhongli. I am working on it right now. So, yeah, I will be making more guide videos for some characters as well. Only characters that I've actually played and experienced with. So, yeah. Like I said, once the new build video for Zhongli comes out, like one of the best team compositions for Zhongli comes out, I will definitely make it and basically tell you guys what his honestly, one of the best team compositions for him is. Like, it isn't the best, but, you know, it's one of the best if you have these characters. There's only going to be literally one 5-star, and that's Zhongli. The rest of the characters are pretty obtainable. So, yeah. I have been Carvenus14, everyone, and as you can probably tell, I did rush through this video quite a bit, just because I've got a lot of other things planned for you guys. We are going to be doing the Hu Tao story mission tomorrow as well, if you want to see. This is also my first ever build video, so you can probably tell why it's not really that amazing, but because this is my first ever like proper build video and information video, like informative video, I tried to get basically pretty much nothing wrong and do everything to the best of my ability. So if there are things that, you know, I could improve upon, then please let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. I have been Carvenus14 and still am, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you soon. Goodbye.